So guys, the first thing that we're going to do to get started on our pancakes, just into a bowl, I'm going to be adding in some self-raising flour. Now, if you don't have self-raising flour, just use normal flour with a teaspoon of baking powder added. To the flour, I'm just going to add in just a small amount of salt. And just using a spoon, I'm just going to make a well just in the middle. And now I'm going to be adding in our eggs. And I'm also going to be adding in our milk. I'm just going to give it a small amount just there, just to sweeten it, because our maple syrup later on will be sweet enough for the pancakes. You don't want the pancakes to be overly sweet. And lastly, I've got some melted butter that I'm just going to pour in. And we're just going to give this a good mix around. So this is what we're after, just like that. You want to try and get as many of the lumps out as you can. So what I want you to do now is just pop this into the fridge for 30 minutes just to rest, and that will give us a much better pancake texture. So I've just pulled our pancake batter out of the fridge, and just before we start cooking it, just a helpful tip, what I do is I put the batter into a pouring jug. It just gives you better control over the size of the pancake. Now, just into a non-stick pan over a low to medium heat, I'm going to be adding in some butter. And I just want you to melt that butter down and wait till it starts to get nice and foamy. So once our butter is bubbling away, I'm now going to be pouring in the first of our pancakes. And what we're waiting for is for the bubbles to start appearing on top of the pancake. So these are the bubbles that I was talking about. And then we just want to now just very carefully flip it over. And look at that beautiful golden brown pancake. That's exactly what you're after. Now, while our pancakes are cooking, I'm going to very quickly mix our butter maple syrup that's going to go with our pancakes. And just into a jug here, I've got some butter that's softened at room temperature, and I'm going to be adding in our maple syrup. And just using a spoon, I'm just going to mix the butter and the syrup well together. Now just leave it like that, because those little nuggets of butter will melt down as we're putting them over the hot pancakes. So there we have our little pancake tower, and we're going to start assembling this. First, I'm just going to be putting over some of that maple syrup butter that we had before. I've got some fresh strawberries as well that I'm just going to be placing over, and just some more maple syrup just drizzled over the top. Now, I am dying to get stuck into these pancakes, let me tell you. Here's to you. Damn. That butter and the maple syrup are just beautiful with it. And I tell you what I love about this is the strawberries are nice and tart. So that counterbalances the sweetness, cleans the mouth. That is absolutely gorgeous. If you didn't make it around the first time, you should make it this time, let me tell you. As always, the ingredients are below, so check it out. I'll see you tomorrow for another Budget Meals recipe. So until then, you take care.